Hello, everyone. My name is Jared. I'm here with my teammate Faraz, and we're here to talk about water pollution. So everyone knows there's water pollution all around the world, but what a lot of people don't understand is that it's also in our backyard as well. So if you look on the screen right now, you can see the Ottawa Canal. And if you were to take a stroll right down the Ottawa Canal around this time of year, you'll see a lot of debris and pollutants right in the water. And me and Faraz are here to talk about how that can be cleaned up. So the solution to cleaning that is the Seabin. It's a device used to clean not only canals but lakes and rivers as well. Um, so the Seabin actually circulates the trash-filled water and then redistributes clean filtered water while collecting the trash. Um, it can also clean up oil spills when equipped properly and placed into the actual oil spill. It's environmentally friendly and it's affordable. A lot of people aren't buying their own individual Seabins. So the nice part is that there's companies like Deep Blue Cleanup and our client Melanie. They actually purchase Seabins for all of North America and place them where they think they're needed. And then they can clean the lakes and rivers that way as well. There's two main components of the Seabin. My topic that I'll be talking about after is actually cleaning up the oil spills. And now I'm going to pass to Faraz, and you can talk about his topic.
Thank you very much, Jared. Hello, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming to our presentation. Next, I'll be introducing my engineering theory, which is partial vacuum. In the following image, we can see an active Seabin attracting waste that is done using a force applied perpendicular to the surface of the water. That is what we call pressure, which we will look more into soon in the next slide. So let's talk a little bit about how the Seabin is assembled first. So the Seabin is fixed to a floating dock and it's connected with pipes from the top to the bottom. One of the pipes is connected to the pump, which is this gentleman right here is trying to assemble, or I don't know what he's trying to do actually. And that pump actually helps in sucking the water into the Seabin and leaving the waste inside the catch bag. So similarly, we can speak to a recycling process, a filtration process that could be undergone. Next slide. I'll be talking about using partial vacuum to suck the water. Now, another factor that aids in catching the waste and leaving it in the bag of the Seabin, just like we can see right here, is partial vacuum. Once the catch bag reaches under the water level, the water will replace the air, causing this vacuum to happen. Um, and then and then we need to finally release the pressure, and this is going to be the last step before disassembling the Seabin bag. So this is really important because it makes the Seabin to go back to its normal. In this picture, we can see the pressure being released from a pot. Now, if any of you haven't used this before, so basically when the pot is under heat, it's gonna fill up a lot of steam. So if you didn't release the air, if you didn't release the steam, I'm sorry, slowly from the pot, then it might explode and it might cause a huge mess. And now, since you guys have an idea on how to take out the garbage from the water, Jared will now show you how to take out the oils and spills from the water.
Thanks, Faraz. Yeah, exactly. Oil spills can affect everything from drinking water to the whole ecosystem itself. So obviously, it's very important to avoid this or clean it up quickly when we can. Uh, that's why the Seabin is great for this. There's two main processes that are required for the maximum oil absorption. The first is the capillary action. So it's actually liquid flowing into small spaces with or without gravity. And that's very important for that's like the actual absorption into a material. And then there's a second process that's carding or combing, which is just the straightening of fibers almost for the actual cotton pads themselves, allowing them to be a little bit more absorbent. So capillary action, there's two main forces in capillary action that everyone needs to know. The cohesion, which is water sticking to itself. So that's like water droplets when you spill water, how they kind of pool together. That's the cohesion. And then adhesion as well. And adhesion is actually sticking to an outer surface. So if you ever poured water and it's stuck down the side of a cup, that's adhesion forces sticking it to the side of the cup. Now, how does this tie in and why is this important? Everything that uses absorption is capillary action practically. So I have a little example of a tree here. So it's just if it was raining and water got into the soil, capillary action is used in the roots and up the xylem of a tree, and it gives the tree all access to water. There's not just one xylem, there's multiple xylems all the way through the tree that run parallel like this. And water goes all the way up every xylem in the tree. A fun fact about this is because of this effect, trees can't grow over 430 feet because capillary action can't happen above that altitude, and the tree wouldn't be able to get water and it would just perish if it was grew taller. The next process is the carding and combing. So what is this? This is the actual process that makes the cotton oil pads more absorbent. So cotton will go into the machine. This is a cross-sectional view of the machine. It'll go into the machine. It'll remove any impurities in the cotton, making it straight cotton, and then it'll also straighten the fibers of the cotton too. So at the start, it's going to look something like this, and there's a lot of different paths for water to take, and it'd be, water's pretty indecisive. It's not going to want to go multiple directions. It's a lot happier when it has one way to go, which is kind of the result of the carded and combed process. It only gives the water one option, and it makes it really easy for the water to decide because there is no decision. And then the maximum absorption in the seabin. So we want as much oil absorbed as possible. We want an efficient system, right? So carding and combing these cotton oil pads and then placing them into the seabin catch bag, and then placing the seabin itself into the oil spill is the best way that for maximum absorption to clean up an oil spill. And then once they're in the seabin, you can actually take them out and remove them and dispose of them properly. And it's a quick, effective method that not a lot of other solutions are available, and especially that quick. That's what makes the seabin so important in this decision when you're trying to clean up oil spills, is that it's just a quick and effective way to clean up the oil spills. So now we're back. So the maximum oil absorption I just talked about, and that's important just because, again, you need the most capillary action possible. And carding the cotton oil pads actually give you the most capillary action, and then in turn giving you the most absorption of an oil spill itself. And then Feroz can summarize his topic.
So basically summarizing everything that we just mentioned. So the seabin actually works through a pump that takes the water from the ocean, filters it, and then returns back to the water body. It also, as Jared said, it's also the seabin cleans up the water from the oil spills, and basically it's really beneficial for our environment. We really need many people who can actually do stuff like the seabin in our life to build a better community.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I did forget to mention too is the cotton itself can actually absorb up to 30 to 50 times its weight. So if you have a 1 pound cotton oil pad, it can go up to 30 pounds of oil, which is just a ridiculous amount. Cotton's not really that heavy, and having a 1 pound pad is kind of excessive, but just to kind of show you how effective this method is. Here's our references for all our research. So thank you for listening. We have this last little photo showing what the seabin can actually catch. It can get anything from a 20-liter jug to a 5-liter jug. The 5-liter jug will actually go into the seabin. The 20 liters will just stick on the surface, and you can manually remove them. And all the way down to even glass bottles, coffee cups, cigarette butts, microplastics are all things that it can clean up. And the big one too is microfibers. So in upcoming years, Seabin plans to test a way to filter out the microfibers as well. So you'd be cleaning things you can't even see. And so, it's always kind of to improve the Seabin itself. So that's great. It's going to give clean water to all over the world. So thank you for listening. Like I said, there's lots of organizations. One is deepbluecleanup.com, and our client Melanie can attest to this, but she's actually Deep Blue Cleanup is a way to provide these seabins to places that need them in North America. So if you're looking to make a difference, feel free to visit deepbluecleanup.com, and they will and there's a lot of information there, and then you can actually donate if you feel like you need to do that. So thank you. Do you have anything else for us?
No, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Jared.
Perfect. Thanks everyone.